So there's a really good chance that one of my Pokemon is going to get knocked out at some point. 100%. So this is nice because I get to take a fire energy from my discard pile, put it into one of my Pokemon, and make sure that I have options to continue the battle. So I'm going to put Mela in here. I am going to look for another Clavel, if I can. Rika, let's see, put 2 of them in your hand, shuffle the other 2. Restatura, Mela, Chantel, Norman. Okay, and Rourke. So Rourke is, it's a draw 2 and then I get a bonus energy on it. So hang on, boom. Draw 2 cards, put a basic energy card from your discard pile into your hand. So I get 2 cards from my deck for free and I get to pull an energy back and potentially play at the same turn. So let's do a final count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 cards. So that is our deck. So let's do a final deconstruction here and show you guys what went into this deck. We have no stadiums in this deck, but I can always tweak that in future. Remember, this is not meant to put together a finished, polished product. This is meant to go through the process and find a deck that we can make with the cards we have to prototype and then tweak. 14K, awesome, you guys. Thank you for all the likes. Radiant Greninja with its ability and Rourke is OP. Yes, Radiant Greninja is a super strong card. So let's go through what we have in here. Oh, we do have one stadium. Okay, and that's if I need to stop my opponent from stacking their bench. So I'll show you guys what we got. This is our deck of 60 cards. We have 2 Magcargo EXs. We have 2 Hearthflame Ogerpon EX. Right there. Hold on. Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon EX times 2. We have a Blaziken V. We have, should have put these in order first, a Chiyu. We have 2 Indeedis. We have a Snorlax, 2 Eevees, and 2 Flareons. We have a Minccino, an Oranguru, 2 Panseers, a Blissey V, a Maushold EX, and a Chiyu EX. We have 20 Fire Energies. Just get this sorted out and start cleaning up. 20 Fire Energies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then we have a balance of 1 Stadium card, 1 Old School Trainer card, because again, this is not typed. Back in the day, these just used to be training cards. 15, you got me. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that. Just saying thanks, man. And then let's actually show you guys the split, because I'm actually curious. I didn't really count the split as I went between supporters and items, but I'm willing to bet it's about 50-50. I should have counted it, but here's the composition. 20 energy cards, 1 Old School Trainer, 1 Stadium, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 item cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 supporter cards. And then we have a balance of, let's see here, Eevee, Snorlax, Indeedee, oh no, there we go, Flareon, Chiyu, Blaziken, Ogerpons, Magcargos, 2 Flareons, and a Chiyu EX. And this is the colorless fire deck that we have built that is now ready for my very first Pokemon match. Do you guys have any questions? We did not get the Avery and we did not get the Heavy Ball. What I would do as a next step is I would actually put this deck in sleeves, throw it in a deck box, and play with it. So maybe what I'll do is a series where I play this deck and we get feedback on it in real time. But the goal would be to assemble the deck, play it, and ask yourself the following questions. What card do I really want to see show up that is not showing up when I draw a card? And is the deck getting tripped up anywhere? Am I waiting for cards that aren't coming up? Do I find that when the game ends, I still have 5 or 6 energy cards in my hand? Because if I have 5 or 6 energy cards in my hand, I know that I have too much energy. And then I can take some of those energies out and I can swap them out for different Pokemon or item cards or supporter cards that I would need to be able to make the deck more efficient. The idea when you play a deck is to not have any wasted cards. You're only allowed 60 cards, so every card has to do a job. And if you're playing rounds of cards and some of your cards aren't seeing use, that's a really clear sign that you need to take that card out and put in something that's going to synergize better with your deck. So I'm not sure what this deck needs right now. Like I said, my next step would be to actually play it and see what cards come up and how often and what changes would need to be made. But that's it. That's the gist of building a Pokemon TCG deck. Last time we did a Lightning Psychic deck. This time it was colorless and fire. So I will go ahead and sleeve these off camera so that I'm not boring you guys to pieces. I want to thank you again for all the likes. Let me just check in and see how we're doing with that. Claire says, what is a fire type deck weak against? Claire, I'm so glad you asked. A fire type deck is weak to water all day long and twice on Sunday. So strength against it would be, it would be grass Pokemon and I believe dark that would be weak to fire. Oh no, dark weak to fighting, excuse me. But there are some Pokemon that do have a specific weakness to fire, like steel. So that would be the type matchup against this fire deck. Good question. And again, fire decks is not a deck you'll usually see me play, only because fire types do have massive damage output, but they also force you to discard cards all the time, specifically fire energy cards to be able to use it. So there is a supporter card that should be in this deck. I didn't find it going through this, but it is, what is it called? Not Forger, Blacksmith card that lets you pull fire type energies out of your discard pile and put them into your hand. That is a card that absolutely should be in this deck. So when I go for a second iteration, when I have more time to sort through my bins, I am going to go find a Blacksmith card and put that in here to completely round out the deck. Do you guys have any questions tonight? It was really fun hanging with you guys and super cool to connect with some old school Pokemon players across YouTube and different platforms. I really appreciate you guys being here. You're almost at 17K. Should I keep talking for another few minutes? Let me get this sleeved while we hang out for a few more minutes, and then we'll call it a night, because I've still got to prepare. We have camp starting up next week. If you are tuning in from Connecticut and Greenwich, we are running a Pokemon card camp at our martial arts school in a few weeks. It's going to be lit, so let's get some deck sleeves and let's sleeve this bad boy up. And let's get a deck box to put it in. Where are my deck boxes? Let's see what we got. Hey Violet. Hey baby girl, we're almost done. All right, y'all. Let's get this deck wrapped. Yeah, camp's gonna be amazing. You would love to see me be able to play that deck? Yeah, it would be cool to see me play that deck. So maybe Steph and I will do a live match next Sunday. Rion, I appreciate you too, man. When do I expect to add more cards to my shop? Probably tomorrow night. I have a stack of singles this big. This big. So my process for adding cards to the shop, actually thanks to Arthur, I have a really cool duplex scanner, and I put the cards in a protective sleeve and they go through the scanner, and that's what scans the front and the back at 600 DPI. So it's just a matter of when I can sit down and actually get the cards scanned and added, but I have a backlog of cards that I need to scan and enter into the shop. Life has just been a little crazy with kiddo the last few days, as you know. And Claire, no, they did not drill a hole into her finger. My kiddo put her hand inside a door, this hand, and then grabbed the doorknob and closed it like that when she was really, really angry. So her nail's about to fall off, and we thought she broke her finger, but thankfully she didn't. So yeah, there's that. And these need to go back in the bin. Okay, great. So I'll do that. So let's leave this really quick. So yes, I have a backlog of cards to scan. I will try to get those inputted as soon as possible. You guys are the best. Thank you for your support. And I'm really glad you guys found this content helpful, because in my opinion, I feel like, I said this once earlier in the stream, I feel like people would really be into this if they just knew how easy it was to actually build a deck. And granted, I've been building decks for a really, really long time. Yeah, data entry clerk. Fortunately, I have a tool that makes that super duper easy. It is not super difficult. I have a program called Card Dealer Pro, which lets me take both sided scans and then puts in the description. It actually uses AI to match the set of the card and generate the title and all of that. It's just a matter of scanning and like all that stuff. And then actually, you know, scanning is the most time consuming part, and then approving the listings, and then I mass import them into the card shop, or I cross list them in eBay. Rion, you said you wish you lived closer. I'd love to build a deck and play you. Yeah, man, same. Where are you based out of, Rion? We're going to be moving to Colorado